the inner athlete in us. I think I like competition. I like doing different things. I like trying things. Failure is a great tool for, I think, success. It's a measuring stick and things like that. So entrepreneurship is just kind of that next journey for me. I think after sports, it's been.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another show of the podcast, The Determined Society. Today, I have with me Anthony Ranaudo, a former NCAA champion at LSU. Yes, the alma mater, LSU baseball, 2009 national champion. What an amazing run they had. He is a former major league pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox, and Texas Rangers. He's invested in several companies such as Marucci, which is a big one. People listening to the show that know baseball should know who Marucci is, or hang up your cleats and don't ever watch baseball again. And Diamond Nation, and he's made several successful exits. He is the current owner of Cards and Culture and the host of the Up and In show. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for asking me to be on, and I'm ready to chop it up. It's going to be good.
Hell yeah, man. I wore my LSU alum shirt today. You can't really see it, but
that's a sick shirt. I like it. There we go.
Dude, it's a good one.
There we go.
Yeah, Jay sent them out like 2 years ago.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah, for all the alumni. But yeah, man, Jack, to have you on the show. And man, dude, it's just always nice to cut up with a former Tiger brother and see where this conversation leads us, dude. So you've got a lot of amazing things going on now, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, definitely have a lot of things going on, a lot of irons in the fire, but like we were talking on before we flipped on the record button, that's the inner athlete in us. I think I like competition. I like doing different things. I like trying things. Failure is a great tool for, I think, success. It's a measuring stick and things like that. So entrepreneurship is just kind of that next journey for me. I think after sports, it's been fun.
Bro, I love it. The word failure. Like, people fear that so much. And in fact, you talk about this, like your dreams have to be so much bigger than that fear of failure. Talk to the audience a little bit about that, because there's a lot of people stuck in what they're doing right now and will not use any type of, I guess, drive to try something they want because they don't want to fail. What do you have to say about that?
Well, first and foremost, I think I come from a place of gratitude in saying that I think I'm fortunate enough at 33 years old to have done a career and already failed, So technically, I mean, some people, would look at my baseball career and call it a failure. I think it was a success for me in the way that my life turned out, and I couldn't be more grateful. But technically, I was a first rounder. I was supposed to be still pitching in the major leagues right now. So I think by certain standards, I bet you the Boston Red Sox think that was a failure. But the things I've learned through that, the things I've grown through, the things that it's taught me in this next venture of life and entrepreneurship, just I think is the thing that I got out of it the most. It's something that I encourage at my business and our culture, that we're going to strip the fear of failure. We're going to fail. That's going to happen. I played a game of failure. Baseball was failure. And we're going to learn from our mistakes. And that's all that we're going to do. And we're going to get better because of them. So I think failure is a great tool for success. And I say that all the time because, just like everything else in life, you have a choice and a perspective how to look at things. So when you fail, you can either, get in the dumps about it or get super down and have negative energy, or you can look at it as an opportunity and learn how to grow through it.
Dude, I love it because, you talk about, your perspective of your career being a success. And it was, because I look at your career and, I'm one of those fanatical, former LSU baseball Tigers yelling at the TV, and,
That's me, right?
You guys, I mean, you do that now, right? I mean, we were just talking, we'll get to it, but it's, like, so for me, watching your career at LSU, like amazing career, 2009 national champion, brought me a lot of joy. I love seeing my boys win. And then, into first round pitching for the Red Sox, White Sox, and the Rangers. Like, dude, that's, for 5 years you were in the big leagues or something like that, roughly. Like, to me, that's a success, but, the Boston Red Sox may say like, hey, like it didn't really work out for us. Right. But dude, like it is such an amazing thing because I can look at my career, right? Junior college, high school, junior college, and then to LSU. And I could literally look you flat in your dead in your eyes and you won't convince me otherwise. Say I failed, right? Because I got there, I got hurt. My mindset wasn't the right way. I played victim mentality. I probably alienated people because I was being a little bitch at times. But like, dude, but now if I go back and look at that, it's like, man, what did you ruin, Sean? But other people that watched me grow up be like, dude, you're a success. You were there, you know? And like for somebody who's competitive, it's like, yeah, bro, that's not the jam. Like I was there, I was in Omaha. We too and barbecued. I didn't get to contribute, but I earned that.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
And so for me not being able to contribute, I earned that. Yeah. Like straight up, like, and people listening right now, they're like, what do you mean you earned that? You didn't contribute. Like, bro, that's on me.
Yeah. And you also worked your life for that too, to get there. That's the thing that I think, the perspective that I share with myself, or at least that I can reflect on now, is you're right. I think when I have that inner dialogue with myself, I expected myself to be still playing right now. And, I was expected to win 200 games in the big leagues, and I was going to make $100 million. Right. And they were going to rip my jersey off. And that was the way that, and if it didn't go that way, it was a failure. But I think the things that I've learned from it, and the things that I've pulled, and when I can have perspective to say, you know what, I worked 28 years at something and I became pretty damn good, and I got to a pretty high place. And if somebody was like, hey, talk to 5-year-old Anthony and say, hey, you're going to go to LSU, you're going to win a national championship, you're going to pitch for the Boston Red Sox, you're going to make your debut against the New York Yankees, you're going to get Derek Jeter out for your first out and strikeout, but then the rest of your career is going to be average, or maybe you don't even play. Like, would you take that? Yeah. And you walked away making $5 million. Like, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
All day and twice on Sunday, bro. Like, come on, baby. Let's talk about it. Like, walk us through that 2009 year, because it was a very, in my opinion, there was a lot of crazy things that happened that year, dude. Like the biggest one was Mainieri throwing Chad Jones on the bump.
Yes.
Like, dude, where did it come from? And then he's got like a curveball from God. It just, so many moves, man.
I think when I got to pro ball, it was, we were fresh and everybody remembered Chad. So they were always asking about Chad. And I tell everybody, I've never met an athlete like that dude. I mean, like, just from playing baseball to be on a football field and then just walk in and start throwing 92 with a hammer from hell. You're like, I remember looking at Lewis Coleman. We were the two best on the team, whatever, Friday, Saturday pitchers. Yeah. And we were getting ready to throw a bullpen. I looked at him, I'm like, this isn't fair, dude. I'm like, we work really hard at this every day. And this guy just came in here and did it, so little things like that. But I think those are the things, like the wild stories that, make the national champion, make those things happen so you win a national championship. I think another wild story too was DJ LeMahieu was an All-American shortstop, and we moved him from shortstop to second base and pulled a freshman named Austin Nola, who's now catching in the big leagues, to shortstop. So that was really interesting in the middle of the year while we were number one in the country, so it was like little things like that people don't really know, but wound up being huge for us down the stretch, and things like that. And now we look back on it, DJ's won 2 Gold Gloves in the big leagues at second base. So it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. That needed to happen actually for us to win the championship, and it just happened to happen that year.
Dude, it's really funny you say that, because something like that's going on right now with our boys at LSU. Guys, for you, we're going to share something with you. So the internet exploded on Friday night. Was it Friday? Jay Johnson decided to throw the best pitcher in the country, arguably. Sorry, dude. There's best pitcher in LSU history, right?
There's not.
I mean, dude, that guy. Oh my God. Paul Skeens. They throw him against a 19-40 Tulane team, and the internet exploded. And to the point where, why are we throwing our number one in this? And why do we need to waste him? Anybody will do in this game, and we're going to win it handedly. And it just goes to show you that coaches, just like Coach Mainieri and Coach Bertman, they push the buttons, and damn it, they're usually right. We ended up winning that ball game, like what, 6-2? Like 6. Something like, I don't know.
He had some jams too that he got out of, and it's like, and then hindsight's always 20/20, right? So you can look at Saturday and say, well, if you started Saturday, you would have only got 2 innings out of him because of the rain too. So it was the right move. But I mean, I think he did it honestly because Tulane was so hot. They won their conference tournament. Baseball is weird like that. They come into the box. They're a Louisiana school. But I was so shocked, man. I didn't know what to think. Yeah. But
Well,
hey,
I mean,
that's why he did what he does, and that's why we're sitting here and speculating.
That's why we're sitting here, like, on a, what is it, Tuesday evening, having a virtual conversation. But no, but it's to your point though. Like, I didn't even really think about it. You're right. The game got postponed on Saturday. Like, he wouldn't have pitched. He would have been cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he might could have come back the next day, but it would have been hard. I mean, that guy's max effort. He was throwing 100 on pitch 124.
Yeah, that was wild. How about him throwing 124 pitches too? I was like, I didn't see that one coming, but hey, he's getting a strikeout record. It'll be good.
Yeah, no, well, I think that's part of it too, man. And again, like, to your point that, and this could be a controversial topic about, just going after the strike record, but I mean, the bottom line, strikeout record, but the bottom line is like, dude, if you can get it, right? The other thing is like, to your point, Tulane ran through the AAC.
Yep.
I mean, no one saw it coming. Like, nobody. Who did they beat in the championship?
ECU, East Carolina. That was a good squad. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's not supposed to happen. So yeah, I mean, and an interstate rival. And for those of you that don't know, Tulane and LSU have had some battles, and Tulane has beat us. They beat us in the super regional. They beat us in the super.
They were better than LSU, right? Before the Bertman era and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Yeah, he turned everything around, man. That story, being in that squad room, dude. He showed us the paper. All that, you've probably heard about the long paper, all things that he wanted to do.
No, I didn't. I never heard that.
Oh my gosh, dude. So he's a visionary. And he was one of the first dudes that I heard talk about, whatever you believe and visualize, you can actually, make happen. Right. And I don't know if that quote's still everywhere. If anything you ardently desire, sincerely act upon, whatever, that's probably still in the squad room somewhere. Yeah. And, he pulls up and they pull around the mound, and LSU was just the placeholder between football seasons, man. Like, no one gave a shit. Yeah. And he gets there. He comes from Miami and says, like, hey, here's what I see here. I see this big grandstand. And I see all these bleachers on the like down the lines. I see a coaches committee. I see national championships. And everybody's like looking at him like, Skip. So if you don't believe it, then you know the door. And here we are, right? Right. And like, dude, like he made it happen with his mind. And I think so much of athletics, entrepreneurship, and anything in life, if you can get your vision to be bigger than your fear, then you can do something. You're going to have to check yourself at times, man, because it is hard. Building your card business, building your podcast, that shit ain't easy.
I mean, when I tell you, I can't tell you how many people questioned it, like, what are you doing? Like, you're good. You got enough money. You're good. Just go chill. Like, go relax, go play golf, go do this. Right. Like, people don't understand it. I think that's the thing too. There's a lot of loneliness in entrepreneurship, and the journey is, I think, again, it comes down to perspective. I feel very fortunate that, you mentioned it earlier where you had the victim's mentality, right? And I think I had that in the minor leagues, and then even when I got to the major leagues as well. And I felt like I always needed to be in the big leagues. I needed to be the all-star tomorrow. I needed to be the $100 million guy yesterday, right? Yeah. So I think now with entrepreneurship, it allows me to take it step by step and understand, no, I'm cool where I'm at right now. I'm good. Yeah. Like, I have a plan. I'm a visionary. I'm getting there. I'm growing, but I don't need to be there yesterday. I don't need to be anxious and upset and create, all these ideologies that, I'm just basically making up in my head. And that perspective has really allowed me to stay present, but also push through a lot of those fears that we talk about big picture wise. So it's allowed me to take steps and do things that I might not have done, I think, because if I was too much in that, like, that monkey mind of just continuously being in fear.
Dude, I mean, I get it, because there's still times where I have to fucking check myself, dude. Like, I have to be like, why isn't this podcast like high six figures yet? Like, I've had great guests, I have great conversations, the content's great, but I'm thinking like, dude, what's your rush, man? You have a successful medical sales career, right? Go make your money. And when this thing pops, it'll pop, right? And it'll be on the right time. No sense in rushing it. Don't need it to happen yesterday. But it's hard, man. I mean, again, like when you think of, going back, because it's the classic cliche, if I knew then what I know now, what
Exactly.
would you change? And I wish every day that I could go back and change my perspective at LSU. Do you struggle with that? Yeah.
That is 100%, I think. So people ask me all the time, do you miss baseball? Do you regret, like retiring? Or because I retired at 27. I literally was like, nah, I'm good. And everybody's like, wait, you're just about to get good. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like, so I think I struggle with that nowadays of like, God damn, if I just was patient, if I just had this perspective, I just had this approach, this mindset, right? But then instead of beating myself up over it, I just say, okay, well, you have an opportunity to do that in entrepreneurship and business and these relationships that you're cultivating with your employees and coworkers and things like that, right? So I do struggle with it because it's the thing that pulls me towards, God damn, you could have just, if you just stuck it out. And I watch the TV of all these guys, right? But
Yeah.
it also allows me to also be present and then channel a lot of that energy into what I'm doing now, which is kind of cool.
That's a big word, being present, man. I mean, I think being present is a gift, and there's not a whole lot of people that can channel that. I
Yeah.
struggle with it. One of the best was Michael Jordan, right?
Mhm.
How do you work every single day to stay present in what you're doing?
I know it's going to sound cliche, but I learned about meditation about 5 years ago, and that was a big thing for me. I
Mm,
think I'm a kid from Jersey that was like fast, 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 go, 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 right? Like we're in a rush doing everything. We need stuff to be done yesterday. I need to be here. Meditation allowed me to slow down and be in the moment a little bit and just relax and understand my surroundings, the
mhm.
moment, and to absorb it all. And I think when I was younger, I think I was actually better at it. Like I enjoyed things and like loved it. It was like
Yeah.
that time at like after LSU and then pro ball, I think I got this like anxious mentality of and these expectations got to me. But yeah, I think that just being present is something that I appreciate. And like you said, it's a gift. It's something that, if you have it, it's great. But if not, I still think you can learn it
Mhm.
and learn from others, because I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is watching other people be present and almost be like jealous of their energy, their abilities,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and be like, all right, I'm going to learn how to do that. And meditation was a big thing that kind of allowed me, breath work, that kind of stuff, allowed me to be present. And in the stressful days of entrepreneurship, it really allows me to kind of like slow down and just be where my feet are at.
That's funny because like my wife tells me all the time, like she's like, dude, you need to meditate. You need to You need to meditate. Holy shit, you are go, go, go. I'm
Yeah.
originally from the Bay Area in California. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, talk about fast paced living.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just something that when I've tried it, and I abandon it pretty quickly,
Yeah.
is I can't stop thinking.
Yeah.
Like, is this working? Am I meditating? What's going on? What's that sound? Right. So it's that's
Yeah.
the high level ADHD
Yeah.
um, that I have. But dude, you mentioned something about expectations and like how you were present at LSU. It's funny because we were chatting a little bit and the game's changed so much. They have the NIL stuff and they're like straight up celebrities now.
Yeah. It's
Like
crazy.
it's
Free
like
agents, like
like
it's nuts. Yeah.
celebrities, like they're announcing. It cracks me up. I'm sorry, I gotta call this dude out. I'm sorry. I can't remember his name because I don't know who the fuck he is, but it was an Ole Miss baseball player.
I
And he
love
and
it.
he entered the portal yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck are you telling people? Like, who gives a shit? Like, enter the portal, shut up and go play. Like,
Right.
what have we come to? I'm off on a tangent now.
Dude, no,
But the
no,
one
but you're right. I mean, it's their generation. It's the way that they communicate. I mean, I feel like I'm pointing fingers now, but
I hear
it's the
you.
way that a younger generation was raised and, born and communicates. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's the way they communicate is I need to tell the world, like, like I need to
Yeah.
announce everything about me, it's wild. There is
Yeah.
no more, just go do your job anymore.
No. I love this place. Thank you for the opportunity. With that being said, I'm entering the portal with an autograph.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
who are
Yeah.
you? Like,
Yeah. Did you
like,
love it? Because if you
like,
loved
did
it,
you love it? Because you're leaving. Like, I don't know. Did you get your natty ring last year, and now you realize that you're not that good? Now you got to leave. Where are you going? But hey, I mean, come to LSU if you're good. Like, that'd be great. I'd
exactly. Yeah, we'll
appreciate it.
sign. We'll take
Yeah,
it.
we'll take you. We'll
Yeah.
take you. Like, but no, like back then, you said you were present. Did you realize the magnitude of what you were doing there?
No, and I think that's why I was present because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand that, and I didn't really know. I think just being a kid from Jersey that wanted to win a starting job at a SEC school and win a national championship, like was that simple mindset of I'll do anything I need to do that, and I had a little chip on my shoulder every day and carried myself a little differently than other people, I think, because of that. But that's why I think I say I'm present. But I think also in a way, we were fortunate that we didn't have the pulls that these kids have now. There's attention everywhere, and it's really easy to go get sucked into things. And I didn't have that. It was real simple. It was either go out and drink and go to the bars and chase girls, or baseball. And that was it. There was no
Tiger Bar, baby. Tiger Bar right there in Tigerland.
Todd was my guy,
I love Todd.
Good times. Hey, he comes into my shop every now and then.
Dude, doesn't he really? Tell him Frenchie said what's up, man. God dang it.
I will.
I missed that place.
He's sober.
No way.
Yeah, he's like sober
good
for 10 years now. Yeah, he looked great. Yeah, he sold the bars. He's out of the bar life now.
Dude,
yeah, he's
good for him. Yeah. Man, I'm going to tell you something, dude. It was crazy. One year, they did like a spoof in the Revelry, the on-campus newspaper, that Tiger Todd died in one of the Mardi Gras parades. He got trampled by a float. So I'm in there. I'm in tears, dude. I'm like, what's going on? I'm thinking of like, and then I'm going out and everybody's like, dude, did you see this? And it was a prank. Like he didn't die.
Oh God, that's why.
I went, we all went to the Tiger Bar that night and walk in, there's that motherfucker. It's like, you dick, dude, what's going on?
Yeah. I was
but
crying.
Dude, it's funny. I was crying. I was like, what's going on? Like, it was a big part of our experience there, but it's funny because those days were so simple, man. Like if I lived my life right now, the way I lived it then, like I remember we were out and like, I can say this cause I know Smoke ain't listening to this fucking show. But like we would be out until like 2 a.m., on a Wednesday night. And then we'd travel the next day. And back then, I don't know how it was with y'all, but we rode these 18 wheelers cause it was post 9/11.
Oh my God.
So these things were tricked the fuck out though, bro. And they had like sleeping cocoons. No, it was sick. It was sick. You walk in, there's a TV where you play, cards, and in the back was like an Xbox or whatever. And then they had like 3 rows, like, top, middle, and bottom, all the way back to sleep in. And pitchers and catchers were in one, position players were in the other. I rolled up in there one morning, bro. And we were going to Georgia. We were going to Athens. And I fell asleep before we left the parking lot, and I woke up when we pulled up to the hotel.
No way.
Fucking gone, bro. Gone.
That was your night's sleep. That was it. Yeah, you just rolled right onto the bus.
It was fantastic. Rolled into the hotel, checked in, went to practice, and it was great. But like I couldn't pull that off now. Like I have like 4 beers, and the next day I don't even want to be a parent.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. I want to shut it down. I don't want to be a human. I'm like, I don't know how people drink and then go do stuff anymore.
Oh my God. It's nuts, dude. But the thing is, when we were there, right? That was the year that we went to the College World Series. First year we got beat by Tulane in the Super, and then Rice, and then we played Baylor at home. My final year, and that was the year that we lost Wally Pontiff, right? He passed away, and to this day, I swear to you that when that lefty, I think it was Duden or Duhan or whatever it was from Baylor, hit that ball to center field right towards Wally's number where it used to be retired, in the old box, the wind just held it up. It was the craziest thing you've ever seen, but we lost a lot of pieces that year. We lost him. Brian Wilson went down, the Fear the Beard, went down with an injury. Then, our starting catcher got hurt, and somehow we find a way. I think we were number 1 or number 2 national seed.
Yeah.
We had no clue what that even meant. Like to the outside world, I'm wondering, did it mean what it does to us now? Right.
Yeah.
Cause I look at them like 5, you guys were the number 1 the whole year. Like what the hell happened? Like what the shit? But like in the whole, society, or like the people that love college baseball so invested in it. I wonder if it was that way when we were playing, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like when you're in it, you never know. Right. And that's where it's like, even to me now playing ball, like looking at the like going to a major league game and being like, man, did I know what I had? And like that these people, like just being a fan, it's just a different perspective now. It's just like, and I don't think we did. It was just normal to us. I don't know, at least for me. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like it was nice almost to a point that we didn't have these camera phones, that we didn't have all this stuff. It was just you and the boys. It was like, yo, it's baseball. That's like, how do you become the best baseball player? And then if you got lucky enough, you would go out every now and then, go find some girls, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But
they weren't hard to find there, dude.
Yeah, no, it was easy.
It was a simple head nod at the bar. Hey, go to Bogies and take the fraternity boys, girls. That was always fun.
That was always the best. But
hey,
so you guys were Bogies? How about this? During my time, for like 3 to 5 years, we never went to Bogies. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, but then like right after our time, Bogies was the spot again, and like I went there all the time. But when I was in college, I never went there. Like I wasn't a big bar person anyway, and I was never 21, so I didn't. And I was very, very straight edge when I was in college, so didn't drink. But I would go out every now and then, and we never went to Bogies. Never went to Bogies.
Interesting. Yeah, we would switch it up a little bit. We would go, Tiger Todd's.
Yep.
And then I think it was called Stadium when I got there. No, it was Tiger Bar.
Yeah, Tiger Bar.
Then he changed it to Stadium or something like that. And then sometimes we go to Sports and Fred's. But yeah, dude, that was never a good scene. But every now and again we would mix it up and we would go to the sorority bar and fraternity bar. Well, yeah, I mean that's what Bogies was back then.
Yeah,
that was like the Greek bar. Like, yeah. And you walk in, they knew you're an athlete, and they hated you.
Oh yeah,
they hated you. It was fun. Yeah,
but then you stood out. It was nice when all the girls wanted it. It was just natural.
It was a fun time, I can tell you that much. But dude, like, it's funny that you mentioned, like, when you were in the big leagues, it was just normal to you, right? It was just normal. You're there to do a job. Were you able to soak any of it in?
I think when I made my debut, I did. I think I was fortunate enough. I was a Jersey kid that grew up a Yankee fan and was pitching against the Yankees at Fenway on a Friday night. Like it was like a fucking.
That's nuts.
It was. You can't make that up. And so I remember walking out the dugout and just being like, "Yep, this is it. Like this is cool." And I remember I got out there a couple minutes early and I just like did my routine a little differently, just to absorb it and enjoy it and shit like that. So. But then after that, honestly, after I got traded and I was like, and I realized real quick how baseball is just a business, just like anything else. I think I got a little bit numb to the aura of it and all that stuff. It was just like, man, I'm just a piece listening shit, like it was just
fuck.
Love and everything. Yeah.
The dangerous mindset to go into, man.
That's where you become the victim mentality a little bit. You find all the negatives and everything, and then everything that was enjoyable becomes a chore, and it was that was when things changed for me a lot.
Dude, it's really funny because what changed for me when I got to LSU, when I was in California, I'm like, big fish in a little pond, right? JUCO, I'm doing well, and not really worried about my skills. But the moment I stepped onto campus at LSU, it was like, I turned into like this kid that didn't think he belonged there, man. And it was just it was so dangerous. And I've never said this on air before. Like this is powerful stuff, dude. And, damn you for bringing it out into me. But it's just one of those things, like people that are listening and that may, have played with me then, now you know what's up. You're like, now you know how I felt. It was just, there were so many amazing ball players before me. Like that year was, before Brad Cressy, Brad Hopp. I'm like, these dudes, man, like they were freaking dudes, man. Terrio and Fontenot and all those guys. And, you roll in there and it was just like, I had that weird kind of like, I'm a fan of these people mindset instead of like, what's up, bro? Like, I'm here to do the same thing that you just did, and eventually I did ease back into that, but it was too late, right? It was just a very hard thing to overcome.
It's really funny that you bring that up. I had lunch with somebody today, an older guy that I've been becoming friends with through the shop. And we were just BSing a little bit. And I was like, and he was asking me some questions about my dating life and where I was at and stuff. Cause I'm on and off again with this girl. And so we were talking and I was like, what's funny, man, is like what I've kind of realized at 33 years old is how insecure I was at 23, 24 years old and how much I fronted, all this stuff to try to exude this masculinity or whatever, right? This whatever. But I was hella insecure. And I think even when I kept getting certain levels up, I realized that my stuff was actually declining a little bit, and I think that really fucked me up a little where I was like, do I belong? And am I the guy that everybody thought I was when they drafted me. So I relate to that a lot, man. I think a lot of people go through that. I was going to say men, but I think a lot of people in general just go through it, but I think it's harder for men to talk about that shit because we're just supposed to grind through it, provide, and right. Like that's been our traditional role. And so, so that's been, I feel you on that, man. I appreciate you sharing that because I know it's been hard for me to come to grips with in my life, and certain things, but I think it's also taught me a lot and allows me to deal with insecurities that still arise at 33,
Yeah, man, it's funny. The word insecurities, insecure, like whatever. I mean, I look back at it. I think all of us were like that. We were hiding behind, two colors, purple and gold, right? And who we were, right? And it was almost like it was a free pass to act and do whatever you wanted. And people that haven't played there, they don't realize the amount of power that came with that.
Yeah.
It was like you had everything. I mean, we'd walk in on a game day and there was a ton of food there. There was everything. You walk out, you're signing shit, like there might be a blonde sitting in the bullpen because that's usually where I live my freaking life. And then it was all over.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you. And then when you get to when I got to Pro Bowl, it's almost like you take steps back too. Like it was like, this isn't the same life as LSU. So like
there's like three people here.
Like, what the exactly. Fuck? It's like, and you talk to other guys around college baseball that just didn't have that experience, and it's like, damn, you don't realize what you had at LSU and how much people care. And that's why I think, a lot of people ask me too, like, why did you start a business in Baton Rouge, Louisiana? I'm like, because these motherfuckers love us. Like, they're awesome. Yeah. Like, the people are great here. Like, they care about baseball. Like my championship matters to them, so it's kind of cool to enjoy that with them at this age,
The last one, like there hasn't been one since. It matters. Yeah. Like, your name is appreciated there. It means more. It just means more. And it is a target rich environment to start a business in. So, you were actually a genius to do so. Have you lived back in Baton Rouge all this time since you retired, or how's it? Yeah.
So I started, I became a resident in 2011. I bought a house here for the off seasons and stuff, just like a nice home that was where I lived for the 3 or 4 months. My dog stayed there. I had like a home base, all that shit.
Yeah.
And when I was done playing ball, that was my rental house. And then I was like kind of indecisive and I was dating a girl from Baton Rouge. So I actually built a house out here and everything. And like, we wound up breaking up, but I still love it here. I live here, have businesses here and everything. So yeah, now I've been here since 17 years in Jersey, 16 years in Louisiana. It's almost half and half.
Bro, you're almost a full on Louisianan, bro.
I'm mixing in y'all a lot. My mom is saying I got a Southern accent. I'm like, oh,
I say it constantly. And it's like, it's funny because when I'm talking to people, if it's, DMs or setting up a show, I'm like, how y'all, I mean, like, wait a second, where's this person from?
Right.
Like, because I mean, I got the y'all from Louisiana and now I'm in Florida. I'm in Southwest Florida. So that flies here. Right. Yeah. It used to be you guys. Now you can't even probably say that anymore because people get offended. It's like I have pronouns. I didn't
even think about that. You're right.
It's like I'm always like, do I know
y'all is just safe now? I'm going with that now.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are they? What's going on?
Everyone.
Hey, everyone. Is that cool to say? But no, man, like I think it's really important to really, dive into certain things that bother us as men because, and I didn't even think we're going to go down this road today, but it's important because, you're a man, you're an athlete, you're supposed to be strong. You're not supposed to, talk about your feelings. I mean, shit, dude, I cry watching sports movies all the time when something good happens.
Yeah, bro.
You too? Yeah. Like I thought it was because I never won a natty or something. Like, am I crying because
I'm telling you, I'm like, I'll be sitting there, I'll be like, why is this getting me right now? And I'm like, it's just like the great moment. I'm like, I want to clap and be like, I don't know. It's just the side of me, like the underdogs. I don't know. It gets me every time.
What's the one movie that chokes you up the most? That's a baseball movie.
All right. For love of the game, for sure. For me.
Oh, dude, that destroys me, dude. That movie destroys me.
Gets me every time. So that one for sure. There's a couple scenes in that one that get me every time. I'm gonna try to think of some other ones too. I don't know. That one I'm trying to think of some other ones that
dude, the rookie just
gets me too. That could get me.
I interviewed him. He was on my show a while back, man. He's a great dude, man. Great.
That's really cool.
He's a great man. He's a great dude.
That's
Yeah. I mean, like that when his family comes, and they're like all the kids from the baseball team, they all come, they bus in there, they shut
yep.
the whole damn town down. That gets me. When he goes to the bullpen, he comes out, I got goosebumps right now. But the
Yeah.
thing that destroys me is the conversation with his dad.
Oof.
Like I lose it. Like in that movie, like that point, because my dad and we don't speak.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it pulls on these heartstrings, man. And so once
That's
again,
what the great thing about movies and emotions is, right? Like, and it relates to people differently. That's the beauty of it. And I love The Rookie. I don't remember that specific scene, but I know that The
mhm,
Rookie got me too.
yeah.
I think anything of triumph and tribulations, things like that, overcoming obstacles and adversity,
Yeah.
all that stuff really does. Like to me, it's not even like it's a raw emotion for me. I'm just like, I can't believe this is happening. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, so
Yeah.
I don't,
It's like
yeah,
I'll cry in any sport movie, dude. Like it'll just get me to a point. Like I have this visceral response. It's just like,
that's it.
gosh, like
That's
it
it.
just
Yeah.
hits you. And it's because you talk about overcoming adversity. That's something we can all relate to. Right. And as
Right.
athletes, you want to be at at that mountaintop, and you have to overcome an inordinate amount of adversity in order to get there. And
Yep.
so you see it happen on screen, and then you picture, I think subconsciously you go through everything that you've been through in your sports career, and it just hits you a little bit different. Right. Um, you
Absolutely.
know, I mean,
Uh,
I don't cry during many movies, but like sports movies get me, man.
you know what's so funny is I watched a movie the other day, and it's unfortunate that you don't speak with your father, but there was a moment. The movie is called My Father, and
Mhm.
there were scenes in that movie that just got me where I was like, I was sitting with the girl with a girl, and I was like, I can't believe how much I'm crying right now. This is like it was embarrassing. I'm trying to like change positions to like kind of like move my eyes and not let
You're
the
like,
tears go down. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's pop.
is it
I
allergy
saw.
season up in here?
Yeah, it was like, oh man, it was.
Oh
But
my
where that goes,
God.
like, yeah, emotion to me. I'm more of an emotional person. I mean,
Yeah.
you can see it in my mannerisms. I'm just
Yeah.
that kind of person. So, I think for a while too, that was what a lot of my insecurities were. Like I just
Mhm.
didn't want to show emotion, whether it was excitement, whether it was fear, whether it was anger, whether it was sadness. Like I didn't want to show those, but I got a lot more comfortable communicating those things, finding people in safe spaces to, be able to share that shit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're all humans and we all go through things and we all manage things differently. So, yeah,
I think
that
that's a
logic.
really good point. That's a really good point, bro, because, you know, people can look at you, or, look at the things that we're doing now and say like, these people, they got all their shit together. They're fine. I mean, you were out there winning a national championship and you had insecurities, and you're one of the best pitchers in the country. Hell, you went the first round. So it's like, for people listening and watching, like you don't know what everybody's going through. Like you literally don't know what people battle on a day-to-day basis. You may think they have it all together, you may think they're strong, but they are battling demons. I battle them every day, man.
Everybody's got demons, man. That's to me, I'm big on mental health because
Mhm.
I'm 6'7", like again, like exactly what you said. I think a lot of people look at me. I know it because I've heard it. I've just heard people
Mhm.
say things, like, oh, nothing. You're all happy all the time. You're rich. You have this. You have blah blah blah. And I'm like, but that comes with a set of problems itself, right?
Yeah.
Everything has its own different things, or people care about things differently, right? So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like you don't know what stresses me or what doesn't stress me and things like that. So I'm fortunate enough that through those experiences now I can share empathy for other people and be like, yeah, I don't care. Like I don't know what you're going through, so it doesn't matter what you know what I'm saying. Like I'm here, I'm
Yeah.
listening. This is a safe
Yeah.
place. Like whatever. Like like all that stuff because it matters, man. And like I've seen the manliest of men fucking fail and do some crazy ass shit and cry and you're
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, like that's wild,
Yeah, that shit's fucking raw. Yeah.
Yep, yep,
It's nuts, dude. And that's why I love this industry, because like you and I haven't really connected before. And here we are, first time actually speaking.
yeah,
And it's like, dude, I feel like I've gained a new
right,
friend. Right.
yeah,
And I know I have. But it's like, we come from the same mold. We were in that journey together. We were a part of that tradition. And, at the same time though, like when you don't know somebody, you have an opinion of them, or it's not about you and I, but it's just about,
Right.
what we were talking about before. Like, he's 6'7", he's strong, he's got
Right.
money, he's been to the
Right.
big leagues, he's an entrepreneur, he's got this cool podcast. Him and Mikey do these cool things on the show, on Mikey's show, and they
Yeah.
got it all together, man. Like, everybody goes through it. Everybody has their fucking story, man.
Yep.
We're it'd be different if we're all sitting there at the All-Star game, on third base side watching home run derby together, be like, yeah, this is fucking cool. Like, we
Right.
did
Right.
this. But that's not where we're at.
Right.
You're at your place right now. I'm in my place in the den,
Yep.
and all we're doing is competing every single day to show my kids that
Yeah.
they can do something really fucking cool, man.
Yeah. I love that. No, I
It's
love that. I
important,
love
dude.
it. Yeah, and I'm serious. I want to share a story with you too. It's funny that you say, like, you make your mind up or you have your opinions of people, right? Like, when you see them from a distance and stuff. And this world of social media, phones, all this stuff, online dating, everything's a facade, right? 2014. So I've never gotten big into the Instagram crushes or like so back in the day, I don't know if you remember, they used to do like Woman Crush Wednesdays and things like that. And like, when internet stuff was trending, you would just pick like
yeah.
random celebrities and be like, like, oh, I love this Woman Crush Wednesday hashtag, right? All this shit.
No.
And I never did that shit ever, and I never really like valued it. And then I saw this one girl that captured me right on the phone, and I was like, this girl is it. And again, there goes everything, right? I made up all these assumptions from a picture of this girl would be the best wife. She's amazing. She's the coolest girl. She's so fine, right? This is in 2014. So I play throughout my career. I follow her, have no interaction with her. She got millions of followers, right? All this stuff. And I'm just admiring her from a distance for 5 years. 2019 rolls around. A friend of a friend knows her and comments something like, hey, I know that girl. You want me to put in a word or something? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
anyway,
we've been waiting 5 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, what kind of fucking question is that?
Anyway, where you been, motherfucker? Shit.
Long story short, meet the girl, flies out to Baton Rouge, all this stuff. And I'm like, I was jaw open of how different this woman was, right? Like, this is nothing that I expected. And then I was like, it just immediately clicked for me of like, oh, this is what the fucking internet is nowadays. Like, nothing is real. You're creating your own assumptions and real and judgment and all this shit, right? About all these strangers and their lives. And they're doing the same to you. So just have some perspective about it and just understand it. And that like really put things in for me. Cause like, when I tell you like how strong the feelings were before, and then in person, it was just like, oh, this is just a fake. I watched her like do these fake videos at my house, and like act and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, how many other men are like me in the world just thinking this about, all these people and like women and same thing, celebrities and shit. So it's like that really put things in perspective for me about mental health and like understanding these phones and social media and shit.
Dude, it's super important. And my wife and I always talk about, our kids. We don't want our kids having social media until they're like 18, because it is some fucked up shit, man. It is fucked up. It has caused school shootings. It's caused, kids to pull the trigger on their life. I mean, it is completely fucked up. But the one thing that I'll have to say to you is, and I can tell by watching your content and then speaking with you now, it's something that I take great pride in. I'm as authentic as it gets on the camera. Like, you are not going to get a different motherfucker on a reel, on a podcast. And if you show up at my fucking doorstep, you're not going to find a different dude. You're going to find the same guy. And if I don't feel like, if I feel like I have a message to put out and I flip the camera around, I start recording it, and I can't get it right, I don't fake it. I don't do it. I'm not anybody's fucking show pony.
Yep. I couldn't agree more, dude. And that's, I think, in a world full of these cameras and things, like, authenticity wins, because eventually that shit's going to get sniffed out. Like, there's just no way that, because I mean, I guess the only way you would lie about shit is to try to blow yourself up, right? And get clout and all this stuff and followers. And eventually the bigger that you get, like, somebody's going to dig and find out shit, and you're going to get fucking caught, So it's like, to me, authenticity wins. It's a long game. Just be real, be honest too. I think that's the thing, is like, I think people put out there, I'm this millionaire, I got these cars, I got this, and it's real easy to fucking put that out there, but then you're living this fake life to yourself and all these other things. So I'd rather be like, yo, I'm struggling right now, like, just to let y'all know, Like, I know you think I might not be, or maybe you do, but I am.
Yeah.
Like, that's just where I am.
It's just being real. There's a lot of people out there. And by the way, just quick rewind. I'm so glad they didn't have internet dating. I'm so glad they did not have Tinder when I was in college. That would have been a fucking nightmare. That would have been a nightmare for me and my boys. It would have been bad. But to your point, man, like it's like,
but also at the same time, I don't know. There's a skill set of in person and going and, you know what I'm saying, and like being able to talk to people and kind of shit. So like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys were better at that shit because I'm like, maybe it was a different era. Because I always say that too. I'm like, man, if I had it, but then I'm like, I do have it now, and I hate it. I'm like, I'd rather be alone tonight. You know what I'm saying? Than do this random internet.
Bro, we were magicians. We were magicians back then. The one that always worked was, hey, my buddy over there wants to know if you think I'm cute. Worked every time. It's cheesy as fuck. But hey, man, listen, it was 2000. It was the year 2000. You know, maybe girls weren't as smart as they are now.
No, they definitely weren't. That's good. That's
no, definitely not. Yeah.
That's what we needed. That was it.
Yeah, exactly. Like they warned them about people like us once we left. Like, hey, see the picture of this guy? This is the shit these types of people say. Like, just run away. Run away. Oh man, it's great. No, I mean, being authentic, I think is something super important because like you said, like you can say that you've got all this money and you can say you have all these cars and you can rent them and put them in front of your house or, you know, jump out of one to do an ad, which I fucking hate. You can tell that it's not their car and people are going to find out. You know, that's why I'm always super upfront. Like, hey, here's where I'm at. Like, I don't have it all figured out. Like, hey, I do have my dream car though. I'm not gonna lie. I drive a Ram. Huh?
Congrats.
Ram TRX. That TRX. Awesome. Have you seen those bad boys? It's fucking 702 awesome. Horsepower, bro. The TRXs are mean. They're mean. Awesome. They're great. They're discontinued.
So that would be Dodge's version of like the Raptor or whatever. Or like
I guess you can call it that. Yeah. I mean, it kind of like put I mean, come on. Hey. Yeah, but no, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no. But I mean, that's the thing though. But I worked my ass off for it. But I'm not, you know, posting it everywhere. I'm not fucking, you know, I'm proud of it. But man, I'm jacked up, man. I hope I get out to Baton Rouge soon and you and I do some shit. And I want to see your card place. Hey, real quick, how much is a King Griffey Jr. rookie card upper deck?
Graded at a 10 right now, like $1,200. So yeah, it just depends on if it's in good condition or.
I think I have one in the box.
There you go.
I have one in the box, man.
Yeah, get it graded. Bring it here. We'll have some fun with it.
I might have to. Yeah. We can auction it off, dude. But look, man, I really enjoyed conversation today. You're a great dude. I respect you. I'm proud of everything you accomplished in college, professionally, and now as an entrepreneur, and most importantly as a person, because I can tell you got a great big heart, man. And I loved having you on the show today, dude.
Dude, this was a really great conversation. This 50 minutes flew by, man. I'm excited. Hopefully I get a chance to have you on my show, and we'll continue this conversation for sure.
Brother, I'm telling you, man, I'll make the flight out. I'll make a flight out. We'll get it organized. Maybe in July or August, whatever the schedule permits, but we'll get that shit done.
That'll be cool, man.
All right, man. Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you, and hang tight real quick after I hit stop. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to look in the show notes, look up Anthony, follow his social media, support his show, support his business because he's a great dude, and watch out for everything he does because he's going to do it from the heart. And until next time, guys, you take it easy. Peace.